Hi fellow administrators, staff, and teachers. My name is Haley McDowell and I'm here today to talk to you guys about a really important issue. I'm doing a video because it's not something we should scan over. It's something we all need to take really seriously. And that is the fact that we've fallen out of compliance with Section 508 of the Rehabilitation Act. Most of us know that this act, established in 1978, bans discrimination against people with disabilities who receive federal funding. So that's colleges and universities. Section 508 happened in 1998 when technology became such an important part of our lives. And last year on January 18th, 2018, a refresh went into effect to update everyone with all of the changing technology so we can all stay in compliance and meet the needs of those with disabilities. So we have fallen out of compliance, like I said. That means that our online courses, our web material, even our social media may not be accessible for students with disabilities, students who may be deaf, blind, or have another type of disability. What can we do? We need to all work together to get our web content up to par. We can face lawsuits and fines from the Americans with Disabilities Act and the Rehabilitation Act, and like I said, even lawsuits from students, parents, or even prospective students and parents looking at our website. The worst part is that these underrepresented students don't have access to the information that everyone else has access to. And I think that's really not okay. If your phone was to die, or your laptop battery was to go out, or your internet or electricity was to go out, you would feel really cut off from information. And that's how these students feel. And I think they're more important than that, and I think we can all agree that we can work together on this. So what can we do? We need to align with the WCAG point 2, which is just international web standards, and we can all look at that further, and we'll talk more about that. We can also make sure our websites and material are functional, and like I said, our content is accessible. That means every student has access to seeing the information a different way without having to ask. So closed captioning on videos is a really big example. It's not as easy as using software to provide the closed captioning, because if there's background noise or if the person isn't speaking clearly or using correct grammar, the captioning can be off. So then the information is off. So we really also need to use humans to check for error on these closed captioning. We can also just make sure lecture notes and material has another way of viewing it, so speech enabled or audio enabled. These are all just different ideas of how we can make all the information truly accessible. What I also want to talk to you about is that it's our responsibility, those who create and publish digital content, to make sure it's accessible. It's not the IT coordinator, the disability coordinator, or the Section 508 coordinator, which I feel our university needs. Those are important positions and they'll have a big part in this, but we, the administrators, the staff, and the teachers who are putting the information onto the web, need to be the first ones checking for accessibility. Really important. And like I said, any easily planned for disability needs to be accounted for, and these students should not have to ask for these types of accessibility standards. What I want to do for our policy at this school is for each of us to check with another peer, someone in our department or another department, with the information we're about to publish online to make sure it's accessible. Don't just rely on yourself. Ask a colleague, and that way we have 2 points of contact before it hits the internet. Also, right now, this week, I want each of us to go on our website, go on an online class, go on our social media, and find one page where we're not meeting these guidelines. Just one example. If we each do that, we're going to have hundreds or thousands of mistakes, and seeing our mistakes is a really good learning opportunity, and it's really easy to do if each of us just find one mistake we're making right now. I hope by January 2020 that we can be back in compliance. And I think it's going to take all of us working together as a team, not just relying on the disability coordinator, but using them as a resource and using each other and checking for errors. The web is open to everybody, and we need to make sure it's available to everybody so all of us can work on this. Please email me if you have any more questions, and I hope this video is just a quick snapshot of what we're going to start doing this year and just got your attention so we can all be on the same page and just making life easier for students with disabilities. I know that's important in this school's mission, vision, and values, and I think you can all agree. Thank you so much for listening today, and everyone have a great day.